can you guess what the following objects represent or they symbolize? Mallory, object number 1. Recycling. Number 2. Cora? The Florida leaf. What does it symbolize or represent? Okay. She said the Saints. Recycling means we need to do what? Recycle cans. Think about our what?
Reuse.
Environments. Be used over. Thank you, Cassie. Object number 3. Jalea?
McDonald's. It's like fast food.
McDonald's fast food. What is that picture though?
The M.
What does they call that? Kristen?
Happy
Ooh.
Meal.
Jay. The golden arches. And number 4. What is that symbol, Piper? A heart that means Valentine's. And Valentine's is a holiday where we celebrate what? Love. Great job. So now, we're going to brainstorm. You see I have the light bulb, which is another what? Symbol or a picture. This is brainstorming time. Now I want you to think about the United States of America. If I ask you to just tell me what are some objects to represent the United States of America, Madeline, the bald eagle, good one. Marquez, the American flag. So our focus question for today is, what is symbolism? How does the use of symbolism affect the meaning of fictional text? So by the end of today's lesson, you can identify examples of symbolism and you can explain their meaning. A symbol is an ordinary object, event, person, or animal to which we have attached a special meaning to. So for example, we just looked at the recycling symbol. We've attached a meaning to that. Hieroglyphics. We studied in social studies that with hieroglyphics they use symbols to represent words or letters. Instead of the author telling you what he's trying to say, he's going to use symbols to actually represent what he's saying. The first thing you're going to look at is you're going to see reoccurring images of something that's important. That means in that book, that image is going to be shown over and over again to mean or represent something different. Number 2, you're going to figure out what the symbol represents. What are the qualities? What are the characteristics of this symbol? 3, you're going to use the characteristics to make the connection to the text. And 4, explain the idea behind the image. What the symbol actually means. Last week on Friday, I read to you the Keeping Quilt. I took parts of that book and I copied it for each one of you. We're going to take that and we're going to annotate it. What do I mean by annotate?
We're going to identify the important things in them and point them out.
Okay, we're going to identify important things in them and point them out. We're going to annotate it so we can understand the use of symbolism in this text real clearly. So in your groups, you are going to annotate the different parts of the story, The Keeping Quilt. So again, what is a symbol?
Symbol is
Gracie.
it's a way of expressing their name.
Jay, help her out, please. A sign used to represent the meaning of something. Okay, so I'm reading a book and I need to know, how do I know if this is a symbol and how is it important? How can I cite symbols? See if it's gets repeated over and over. In the keeping quilt, there were reoccurring images. Things just kept repeating. The gold, the salt, the dried flour. What is another example of how to cite symbols, Cora?
Look at the recurring images that seems important.
Okay, and that's what Jake just told me, reoccurring images. There are 3 more things that I'm going to look at if I'm going to cite my symbols. Tell me one, Madeline.
Figure out what these symbols represent.
Figure out what they represent and the qualities of them, characteristics of them. Now we're going to identify and we're going to interpret the symbols in the one stripe pajamas. You know I have to always connect it here. So I'm going to use Father's office as our symbol. So now I have my symbol. What are some reoccurring images? On page 10, Mother entered Father's office, which was out of bounds at all times, no exception, and began speaking loudly to him. And it goes on. Page 44, when the soldiers left, Father returned to his office. Father's office was entered only on a handful of occasions. So that means you couldn't just go up in there. And page 124, Mother and Father conversation after the furry visit. So those are different textual evidence that supports my symbol, Father's office. What are some qualities of an office?
An office is for private.
It's private. Great job. What is the quality of an office? It's for working, Jay. Clutter. Good one. So, how's it connected to the text? Bruno constantly says that Father's office is what?
Out of bounds at all times and no exception.
And he says that, and in the book it is in all caps. And that let us know that Father's office you do not enter. Now, what's the idea behind the image? It's mysterious. First thing you're going to do, you're going to formulate a concept map. Formulate, that means you're going to do what? Create. Thank you. You're going to brainstorm and you're going to select the symbol. After that, you're going to describe the symbolic meaning and then you're going to discuss it. With this is where you're working with your partner. With your group, And in your groups, this is what you're going to do. Here's the concept map. First thing you're going to do is you're going to identify the symbol. After you have your symbols, you're going to look at your sheet of citing symbols in text. Each one of you have that in your Bible. You're going to tell me the quality of the image. You're going to tell me some recurring images. And what is that? If it's recurring, what do you think? What is that key word we always use? It's repeating, but where are you going to get that information from?
Text.
The text. So that is basically your textual evidence right there, your recurring images. And from there, what is the idea behind the image? And how is it connected to the text? This is my textual evidence, but now how is it connected? Over here, the qualities. Father's office, busy, demanding, caution. You all told me some examples as well. Recurring images. Page 10, this is what happened. Page 24, that's what's happening. Idea behind the image. Father's office, it's mysterious, it's evil, and it's dark. And how is it connected to the text? Bruno repeatedly says Father's office is what?
At all times and no exceptions.
You're going to be assessed on your symbolism. Concept map. Oh, I like those. Way to go.
Kept on saying that the people working outside said it was scary.
Okay, right there. What is his main idea? You think? The boss. Hey.
Not yet.
Where y'all think the window would be? No, I think the window would be on chapter 3 or 2 because it said what it's on the window.
Okay, do I have a group that would like to go first, telling us your symbol, the qualities of it?
The window. Qualities of the image. Scary, mysterious, and friendly. Page resources image. Page 26. I don't think the children will at all friendly. Page 31. There was fences that was higher than the house they were standing in.
Okay, thank you. And Madeline, your group.
Our symbol was the fence.
What are the qualities of the fence?
We put dangerous, suspicious, violent, and tall.
Okay, and when I was walking around during discussion, Rick told me a quality of the fence, when he see one, is no trespassing. Okay, keep going. The recurring images from the text.
On page 162, there was this dog who crossed the fence and got shot by Lieutenant Collar for crossing.
Okay,
And the cover shows Bruno and Shmuel separated by a fence.
I like your textual evidence. Tell me where it came from. And keep going, the image behind it.
The image behind it was scary, evil, and depressing.
And the text connection.
The text connection
How is the fence connected to the text?
is connected to the text.
Just go ahead. You know? Melody, she's
Well-
gonna add.
Well, could we use like a title of the chapter?
Go ahead.
I was going to use how.
Go ahead.
Bruno keeps heading towards Shmuel because Shmuel's on the other side of the fence, and Bruno keeps on going to him to have to talk and chat with each other.
Okay, great job. And Madeline, add.
For chapter 10, it says that a dot became a speck, became a blot, became a finger, became a book. How he found someone in the book.
Okay, as he kept going, he found Shmuel at the fence, and the fence just separated the two. And they sat at the fence every day and talked. This is your exit slip. I want you to look at this. Cartoons in the classroom. I want you all to look at the symbols that are up there, and we're going to talk about it. So take a couple minutes and observe the symbols that are up there, and it's all tied into our story, Barn Striped Pajamas and symbolism. First question, who do the two painters represent? Reagan.
The one at the top, he has the star on his back, which is
What does it represent?
the Jews.
The
And
Jews.
then the one at the bottom is I can't remember.
What's on his back at the bottom, Russell?
It's a flag, it's an outer swastika, so I'd say that's the Soviets, no, the Russians that kind of attacked Germany and help free.
Cassidy?
I'm thinking that after the kind of the war happened, they drew a peace sign to symbol the Holocaust and the Jews ending of war.
Now, which painter do you think is the blame for the result?
The Jew.
No,
The one.
Ooh, that's a good. Which painter is blamed for the result? Cora.
I mean, it could be the German because if it was someone. No, because it would be the Jew because because they would always get blamed for stuff.
She said the Jews because they're always getting blamed for something. Russell, what do you think?
I think it would actually be the German because he went off the actual path. That he went away from where he was supposed to go.
Nubia.
I think it was the Germans because the Jews didn't really have any control.
Okay, so basically it just depends on your perspective. Okay, you can say that you think the Jews were blamed for it because as we studied the Holocaust, we know that Hitler blamed the Jews for everything. And then you can actually say that it is the Germans because they caused all this to happen. Yeah, they blame the Jews, but they're the ones who tortured. They're the ones who had all the hatred.